Hello, boys and girls, it's me, Yoshi, and I guess I should just jump into it. In the last video of my Hyrule Warriors 100% blind playthrough, we did the first part of Skull Kid's Battle and Boss Challenge A rank. Now we have to do the second part, which is, of course, the survival battles once again, starting with the first one. And yes, that means we get to use anti-boss formula and everything again. Honestly, to show I am, I might use my anti-boss formula on more than just a few things. I won't be using any, though, during the hero mode playthrough, because that seems a little bit unfair, I can tell you. Skullky can build up a lot of troops. I'm not sure if I want to really use magic much with him anyway. Because just using this laser will already get him so many points. Oh my gosh, it will not stop dodging, dude. Calm down. We're gonna get a lot of animations anyways. If we just focus on clearing troops early, then they'll just be more that show up later. Okay, so that's what's normally happening. Already. This is a good time to do it now. Alright. Don't get me wrong, I still want to use fairy magic. I just think it's kind of pointless to use early on. These first couple of battles. And the other battles, we of course use it right away. It's not doing as much damage as these guys. But otherwise, there's no point. And otherwise, okay. Not really a point. Take these out, and then we'll be on to the boss dongle again. I feel like we've defeated you for like 1 millionth almost time now, or it feels like that's how the giant bosses so far. Oh, I just realized something. We almost smashed him without the point. We might actually be better off than boss points. Like, I'm not sure. Goma says, for some reason, really high defense against boss smashing. So we pretty much have to defeat her in a normal way by knocking him down first. I don't think she could put me out of her misery, huh? Be the one that put out of your misery, Rudo. Hey, good night, Rudo. There we go. Oh, so no, we gotta be getting 15 troops now. We probably need that many anyways to get... Oh yeah, of course we do. Try to do it dark fast if we can. After all, this is Skull Kid. He's able to defeat these guys pretty quickly. Yeah, like, well, they didn't last like 2 minutes. I just realized also. Okay, except for Goma, we could probably pass through a lot of bosses. Let's do that. Ganon specifically will have to be probably defeated most of normal, but yes, we could probably sit by just... There we go, there's the overkill we are looking for. Only annoying part is we still haven't finished defeating the Dark Blades yet. We also did defeat them pretty much immediately, so it won't be long before we move on. So it's probably going to be one of the faster characters here, just because of that. We are done. Okay, give me a little bit of time to wait. That was actually probably pretty good. Almost did it right away. Yeah, good. Dark Dodongo. Very fast battle. This, yeah, this is exactly how I expected it. So good. Yeah, Scylla's probably going to be a very fast character for this part. As long as we know what we're doing. Only annoying part is, well, of course, we still have to get A rank, so we still have to defeat the 16 hour troops. I'll bet that arguably makes it harder to speedrun these without getting A rank, because you need to know how many times you want to use Magic Fountain, but also how much you want to actually take out the troops. Like, exactly what to do is kind of important. I think here at the start, could probably just get more troops by just using magic right off the bat. So let's do that. Let's use fairy magic right off the bat. In this corner and see if that enemy will come, that assassin rather, will come to us. Arguably that attack might do more damage. Yeah, it looks like our bird attack actually did more damage than our laser there, but that's only because we're specifically targeting him. I still think the laser is better in most cases. Of course, we still need troops, and that's the easiest way to do it with the laser. Oh, I was ready for you, Dipto. Yeah, that is actually Dipto, by the way. I'm not Redead. I just called him Redead because I was what, two slightly different names enemies? They still basically do the same thing. They still both immobilize you anyway. So it's like, yeah. One or the other. Just that move I did just now automatically knocks down the first fairy magic can be that powerful. It too. Let's do it right away. Still need troops anyway. she's out of the magic circle. We should probably make sure she gets in the magic circle before we do that. There we go. Now it should be better. Still has a stupid resistance. I think even with the anti-boss. Oh, I just realized we may not have it. Oh, now I can see it. That was still just as fast as if we had done it normally anyway. Since the bosses seem to be smashed to the same rate, it still seems like it's going to change much. Of course, now we're in the battle, it's too far away to back out now if we did happen to forget. Anti-boss formula. Be that I use it, it's simply not doing it. Doesn't seem like it always works well in half of these battles anyway. Decent timing on that takeout. KO, as they say. Okay, alright, we definitely did not use anti-boss formula. If I was, the Ardrock would have probably already won. Not doing that. Also, I guess it could be that we're just missing attacks. Alright, we're using lasers. Okay, I know I was right next to Cucco. You don't have to cheat to go into the air, you know. A bit unfair, Goma. So, let's do it. Honestly, not much changes in these here. We're still out the same damn even if we had another event known as anti-boss formula. I almost want to go back and read the battles, but offline, of course, to try and get a better with anti-boss formula to see what my anti-boss favorite type would have been. But nah, too late now. Let's keep going. Alright, we better not forget the second one this time. There we go, we remembered it. Probably remember it for the rest of it. For some reason, it's always the second battle I always frickin' forget it, but then every battle I just don't seem to forget it at all. Alright. Let's get into it. So you run this map now, shall we? For survival level 3 is where it starts actually being hard. Not saying the first two battles are hard. It's just they're kind of easy compared to these. To say it. Yeah, I think that ultimately works better, actually. So he actually blocks it and do a lot more damage than just the laser. As long as I, like, make sure... As I make sure he actually gets hit by that. It's not that bad. So yeah, so good. Also fast at taking out these enemies, apparently, too. Reaches really far. See, I've set it to end almost to me, but I didn't think it would go that far. That's why I expect to get hit by it. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. We can just heal up anyways at the end anyway. Doesn't really matter. This, I believe I want to do my extra strat. Second use, we want to immediately use magic. So the second time. Oh, it actually got some attacks off. To be fair, this is kind of a risky character. The character doesn't have anything that can really safely interrupt these kinds of enemies. If it gets just a little bit too close, he may not always take out all the enemies. Maybe I have to stand back and attack maybe instead of it's taking him so much, it's actually a shot, so that's why I didn't hit as fast. Maybe we have to just back up just ever so slightly. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Just gotta keep going. Gotta zoom and go fast, man. Oh, I don't sound like Sonic there. Oh, which I do want to play a Sonic game as well at some point. I haven't looked into it. So I'm not sure if certain people are interested. Alright. Anyway, forget about that. Let's focus on about. It's easier than doing the other strats. Just the one tap. Convenient, but also annoying because I could have taken it out faster if I had not. Let's quickly get 1,000 tunes on here. I don't want this to pop up at some point later on. Because the blonde animation pops up. So we'll do that now. Guys aren't in the magic circle, but we'll make sure they are. Now, it makes sort of sense to use the other attack when there's multiple of them. Oh, he really wanted to go up in the air there. No, he didn't let him. This should be a lot faster. Very fast. Yeah, Gano's already down. Again, slightly off of taking our Draka, but they're still already total giant bosses to take out that are normal, so we can just probably take out our for some reason, it's just not getting smashed properly. Whatever, always too special, whatever it takes. It seems kind of random whether or not the attack works or not. There might be a stronger attack I don't even know about. But I think both that and the laser are easier to use, so compared to that actually does weak point slash damage fast. I don't know. It's probably easier to do that, because for certain bosses it just works better. Using that first. There we go. Honestly, I mostly just defeat the giant bosses first, just because they're already very close. There we go, let's take out Mine, Cam. At least we're taking him out fully this time. Alright, time to take you out. Oh, he actually got hit by that. Sometimes I hope they block, but they don't always. Yes, the actually does more damage if you're wondering. If they block, because when they block like this, they can just take more hits. Don't ask me why, it just works that way. Okay, this one, let's just do an attack down here and for Girium to come to us if we can. Oh, it's too slow to just go to him right away. I didn't realize there's also a really specific way to take these guys out. Sometimes the captains will do stuff right away, and other times they won't. It's hard to know. I think to really get this done efficiently, you want to kind of take out two of them simultaneously. So like while this anime is going on, we should very quickly complete an hour. It seems to make it so that the one thing I don't want to have happen doesn't happen. So that's good. Alright. Other than that, we'll take out Dark Sant the way we've always done. This time we'll run away. So I guess whenever he summons that Dark Lord, it just acts. Well, that's probably what's doing all the damage to me. Although I've played Vance a lot, I'm pretty sure that doesn't usually do damage. Maybe it just does for him. And when he's an enemy, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. These Ardrock's are already coming up to me. Oh yeah, that's right. Dark Ardrock. Known as the more annoying one. You know what? Probably easier to just try the laser over and over again. Yeah, that worked just as well. Probably better for Ardrock if we just take him out using the laser. Now we're gonna defeat this guy first because you probably don't notice that, but there's also extra A signs and dialogue that will trigger whenever you defeat the captain occasionally, and well, one of those is going on. You cannot advance to the next wave, so the only way to instantly get that to work is to make sure that you defeat the enemies right away. You also won't have through each individual enemy sometimes if you defeat them at just the right time. turned around in time. Otherwise, that would kind of be scary. Okay, that works. Alright, well, we defeat him. Okay, at least they fled pretty quickly. We're probably gonna accidentally... Yeah, it's probably easier to trigger this and forget of it. Because it's either they're gonna trigger it randomly or trigger it at a time we don't want, so let's just defeat together now. Seems like it wastes a little bit of time, but it saves in game time because we're already... Because if we were gonna trigger it later, then we'd have to wait for all that to play out. So in a way, it's kind of save time in the long run. Alright. Right, I promised the last one will show his animation again, just when you remember. Oh, I just realized he almost set up 10 minutes on that battle. Yeah, that was pretty fast. For a battle that normally takes 11 minutes, that was pretty fast. I think we did well. Alright, I will not reset on this battle. I promise I will not reset on this battle. Unless for some reason we forgot this, but we're already in the need to get anti-boss formula, so it seems like we're not forgetting it this time. Alrighty. Let's go right into it, shall we? Just this last battle left. I honestly still don't know how many troops are. Again, if somebody knows exactly how many troops, then it would save me a lot of time from having to use Magic Fountain all over the place constantly. I mostly just use it because I'm worried I will not A-rank the mission. Feels like you should A-rank this mission almost every time anyway. It's just so many negative troops, and it just goes on for a pretty long time. Not the way I wanted that to happen. I just realized while he's doing that, you can't be interrupted. So that's actually kind of his weakness in a way, because then we can do the other attack and quickly defeat him. Alright. Know your weakness. Know how to exploit it. Okay. Maybe not like that. Like I said, so it's kind of a risky character. He doesn't have to deal stuff. He does kind of have to be a little bit close in order for his attacks to actually work properly. Go all the way over there. Oh yeah, that's right. This is Go Mount. That was nice. We can really push the air out with this. Alright, there we go. Good, we took out that hard shoot pretty quickly as well. That's on the enemy side. Oop. We don't have any money nearby, that's right, so let's use Magic Fountain. Jeez, look at that freeze animation as he's developing Fontaine. And I have invincibility when using it. Okay, good. We defeated both of them pretty quickly. go ahead and use magic here. I don't want it here most of the time anyway. Okay, so for these multiple battles, we probably just want to use our laser and try to keep multi-hitting them. Also kind of want to flip the camera a bit, maybe not get frozen every few seconds, please. It's probably easier if we don't knock onto them to begin with. Yeah, okay, that would go on better. So that's about textbook way to take them out fast. As yeah, I guess this stage is kind of broken from taking out those specific enemies. I'm trying to hit this stupid summon and not hit it. No reason whatsoever. Not taking my nap back. I don't know why it is. This boss is so hard to smash. Might be easier to just do this. That's the attack I was mentioning. I think would actually work better for these bosses. I just don't care enough to use it right now. Okay, well it does work well against that one last time. So for certain enemies it could work well, but then barely. Let's save this for the last wave if we can. Oh yeah, they're being belled. They can't attack us back. Oh, not up sooner than I expected. Alright. Closest I've ever been to getting immobilized and actually avoided it. And I actually avoided it. That was close. Talk about being clutch there, man. I think I was just... that was actually on accident, but I also was ready for it. I think my finger was just instinctively ready for it. Yeah, why not? Uppercut while we're at it. Alright, this is the weird one where we want to actually do this kind of almost complete reverse, sort of. This guy pretty much comes right to us and it's very annoying to deal with. We're actually pretty much ignoring Dark One. It's simply easier to do once we have everything else done. I get it. It's gonna take longer to get through the wave, but I think just doing this is safer and easier. If anything, all it really does is give you the extra chance to take out more troops. Animation's the right way. Hunt down every last mobile and why the heck not. So So we defeated like 3 extra moblins in the time it took Tame to catch up on that. Okay, this one's a bit farther over to the right. I see a magic here though, we'll pick that up and then use it to use another instance of fairy magic. So we use this a lot in this particular battle. See how much. Knowing when to not instinctively use a special to break you out of that is kind of tricky. Take this out now. Taking on recon sellers first. Uppercut it into oblivion. Just kind of ran away like a coward. You know what? I think I will actually the down someone's. I think he just now is finally recognizing Skulltulas' powers. Like, oh crap, I haven't run. I don't get out of here. It's bad, I'm too fast for you, Arjot, so I'm gonna take you out anyway. Sorry, but you can't run for that one. I think there's an easier way to finish these guys. Keep in mind, we have magic fountain and everything. I think it's actually supposed to make it easier this one, but it doesn't seem to matter. You know? Now I believe we have to go all the way over here. Maybe not so ready for that part. I think Lana does have a pretty fast attack. I think he can attack pretty fast. Stay out of the audience. Oh, I know it's getting so I did that just in case. It doesn't seem like it matters. Shouldn't just run straight into it like that. Alright. Let's just do this right away. Remember, we're trying to save the health for the blast if we can. Okay. So I think here's the air. But we still need to probably take him first. Oh, she just froze in there. She's just frozen at the fear of attacking. Okay, clearly that's what it was. I was about to say, are you gonna pray about it or not? Okay, we just want to do this plenty fast, right? I have to take out. There's simply. He's gonna delete the one guy. I'm just gonna defeat him using the laser, like I mentioned before. Way easier that way, even if it is a little bit slower. We'll also take out the sea as well with doing that too. It's by far the easiest and simplest way of taking it out. Yo, we are very low health. Like I said, I did mention Skullkid is kind of a risky character. Not a lot of his boots have invincibility, not at all. Just a small price to pay to go very fast. Still, I didn't even know I was right. Okay, let's just quickly finish up this wave so we can get straight to the end. This will probably take out as well, this past part. There we go, got that done, now we can move on. Alright, good timing. We now have all our health back. See, this is why you want to wait until the very end to do those. You never know when you might need it. I have contradictory, by the way, that to dodge the Goonie, you're supposed to stay out of his face, or you want to go behind him. I guess it's more like I'm going behind him, but even still. I'm already very close to that. Let's just go ahead and get that, so that we can do that while we're waiting for these prisons to come over. Hi, there we go. I'll make sure to actually watch the full animation this time. Okay, victory animation is. Just like that, Skullkid's challenge mode was done. Okay, I will admit it was a little bit risky at the end of this last battle. That just proves that you didn't know your max level. You still have to play the game properly. If you don't know about it, you could lose associated with your max level. I already that probably indicates to you guys that if you don't level up high enough, probably not gonna win. Now imagine if they erased this when the cap was still level 100, it probably would have simply not worked. It's a good thing they raised the level cap eventually when in the original game as they went on, so that way you can do a little bit more damage and make certain battles a bit safer. Okay, so kind of a mid now, but mostly because that was mostly so because we simply did not have such damage as Linkle. I think Linkle in general is just way faster in most cases. Yeah, that's Linkle will probably always have the fast time. I don't think I want to reduce all his times just to make faster at first, because in the end, it's Linkle. She is a really good way of just taking down bosses. Anyways, took out Skullkid's battle and boss challenge A rank. Which means the next character we're gonna do is Toon-Link, and this is the last on this roll, so we'll be done with the third roll after this. Wow, we're getting really close now, actually. Just now, that means we're 3/4 of the way done with this. Till then, see you guys later. Bye!